everybody. Welcome to the school year of 2025 and 2026. This is our first chapter read of this year. And this book, oh my gosh, it looks awesome. I like spooky books. So this one is called The Girl in the Locked Room. And it was written by Mary Downing Hahn, and there's a picture of her you can see. And the chapters in this book are super short. I like that. So I think I may read 2 or 3 chapters. Depends on my record time. But oh my gosh, an abandoned house hides many secrets. Yes, abandoned houses. I always wonder about them when you're driving anywhere and you see a house that looks like it's abandoned. I always wonder about like the families that lived in there and what's in there, like the old furniture, and why did they leave? Was it something strange as to the reason why they left and they abandoned the house? Or, did they just move and just leave all their stuff? Because, starting over, sometimes you just don't want you want a new start, you just leave your stuff. But I like to go the other direction of like what secrets are hiding in the house and why did they have to abandon the house. So let's see how this one goes. It looks really awesome. Here we go. KFC, cool first chapter, The Girl in the Locked Room. It's a ghost story. Chapter 1. The girl is alone in the locked room. At first, she writes the day of the week, the month, and the year on the wall. She means to keep and record her time in this room. But after a while, she begins skipping a day or several days. Soon, days, months, and years become a meaningless jumble. She forgets her own birthday, and then she forgets her name. But what does that matter? No one comes to visit, no one asks her name, and no one knows how old she is, or they even ask. At first the room seems large, but then it shrinks, or it seems to shrink. It becomes a prison. The key disappeared long ago. No matter, she's afraid to leave the room. They're waiting for her to open the door. She feels their presence, faint in the daytime, but solid and loud at night. Their boots storm up and down the stairs. They hammer on the door. They yell for her to come out. But how can she? The door is locked from the outside. Even if she wanted to, she could not obey their commands. She huddles in the shadows, her eyes closed, her fingers in her ears, and waits for them to leave. The trouble is, they always come back. Every night, but often enough, but not every night, but not often enough, that she always waits to hear their horses gallop toward the house, to hear their boots on the stairs, to hear their fist on the door. She used to know who they were and why they came, but now she knows only that they are bad men who will hurt her if they find her. They say they won't, but she doesn't believe them. So she huddles in the wardrobe under a pile of old dresses and doesn't move until she hears their horses gallop away. And if you know what a wardrobe is, it's like a big closet that is a piece of furniture. Kind of like the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. That wardrobe was like a big closet. Most closets are built into the house, but sometimes you have rooms that don't have a built-in closet, and so you're gonna have to buy one or get one. And so you can make like most of them are wooden, and that's what you use for a closet. So she's hiding in this wardrobe in this room. Every morning the girl looks at a date written on the wall, June 1st, 1889. She doesn't remember why she wrote the date and what happened that day. Indeed, she isn't even sure she wrote it. Maybe someone else did. Some other girl was here once. Was there another girl there once? Maybe the girl wrote the date. Someone, perhaps that other girl, certainly not herself, drew pictures on the wall. They tell a story, a terrible story. The story frightens her and it makes her cry sometimes. In a strange way, she knows the true story. The story about it is about her. Not the girl she is now, but perhaps the girl she used to be before they locked her in this room. But who was that girl? A girl she should remember. A girl should remember her own name, if nothing else. Why is her brain so fuzzy? Near the end of the picture story, men on horses gallop to the house. They must be the ones who come to her door at night. Did they draw the pictures to scare her? There are other paintings in this room, real paintings, beautiful paintings. A few hang on the walls, but most lean against the wall. The same people are in most of them. A pretty woman, a little girl with yellow hair, a bearded man, a family. She pretends she's the little girl. The woman is her mother and the man is her father. She must have had a mother and father once. Doesn't everyone? She talks to them and she talks for them. They have long made-up conversations that she never remembers for more than a day. If only she could bring them to life. They look so real. Why can't they step out of the paintings to keep her company? Years pass and the girl stops looking at the drawings on the wall. She wearies of the people in the paintings. What good are they to her? They're just faces on the canvas. They're flat. They cannot see her or hear her. They cannot talk to her. They cannot help her. They are useless. She turns their faces to the wall and she forgets that they are there. Seasons follow each other around and round like clockwork figures. Leaves fall, snow falls, rain falls. Flowers bloom, flowers wilt, flowers die. Snow falls again and again and again. Birds nest under the eaves and sometimes find their way into the room. Trees grow taller, their branches spread. Young trees surround the house and they push against the walls. In the summer, their leaves press against the only window and block the sunlight. The room is dim and it's like a dim green cave. Brambles and vines climb the stone walls. Their roots burrow into the cracks and crevices and they cling tight. Tendrils manage to find their way inside. Every year the leaves fall on the floor in her room. Gradually the house blends into the woods and people forget it's there. The girl stays locked in the room and waits. She no longer knows who or what she is waiting for. Something, someone. She is lonelier than you can ever imagine. Let me see how long chapter 2 is. Oh, okay. I'm going to read chapter 2 because now I'm so curious. Chapter 2 is called The Girl. I'm wondering if there's something that happened to the people in the painting in the year 1889, and somehow this girl is stuck inside this house. I wonder if she's going to solve this mystery and maybe get out. Chapter 2, The Girl. One morning, the girl hears loud noises from somewhere outside. It sounds as if an army has invaded the woods, bent on attacking and destroying everything in its path. Confused and frightened, the girl hides in her nest. Buried completely under the rags of dresses, she hears sounds she can't identify, louder than even thunder. They come closer. The trees surrounding the house crash to the ground. Sunlight pours through the window and she squints and shields her eyes with her hands. Remember, there's vines growing all over the house, and so, your eyes get used to that dark. Outside near the house, men are shouting. Who are they? Where have they come from? Why are they here? Have they come for her? She smells smoke. They must be burning something. Suppose the fire spreads to the house. She trembles. She'll have no place to hide. Men enter the house. They tramp about downstairs. They speak in loud voices. They come to the second floor and then the third. Their footsteps stop at the door. The doorknob turns, but without the key, the men can't get in. The girl burrows deeper into the rags. She doesn't think they're the ones who come on horseback at night. They don't pound on the door and shout at her, but she doesn't want them to know she's here, just in case, so she remains absolutely still. Just outside her door, she hears a man say, "This is the only room in the house that's locked. Shouldn't we bust open the door and just take a look?" The girl cringes in her hiding place. She's sure the men will find her. "Nah," says another. "Nothing in there but trash and broken stuff." The men shuffle past the door and go downstairs, laughing about something as they go. When she's sure they won't come back, she tiptoes to the window and looks out. A huge yellow machine with long jointed arms lifts and lowers and lifts and lowers, scooping up things from one place and dumping them somewhere else. Its jaws have sharp teeth. It sounds like either they're clearing out around the house, or I wonder if they're going to tear the house down. Not far from the yellow machine are red machines with scrapers attached to their fronts. They push mounds of grassy earth into piles of red clay. Other machines have rollers that flatten everything, even the hills. She's never seen anything like these contraptions. They're bigger than steam locomotives and much scarier. Trains stay on the tracks. They can't hurt you if they stay off the tracks. Or they can't, yeah, I read that right. But these machines can go anywhere. Nothing is safe from them. While they work, the machines roar and snort, making beeping sounds. They puff clouds of smoke into the air. The girl covers her ears, but she can still hear the voices that they make and the noises. A flash of movement catches her eyes. A rabbit runs across the muddy ground. She holds her breath and prays the machines won't kill him. He disappears behind a pile of tree stumps, and she lets out the breath in a long sigh. But where will the rabbit live? The fields have been destroyed, the woods chopped down, the men and their machines are everywhere. She wishes she could go outside and bring the rabbit into her room. Day after day, the girl watches the wreckage spread. The men and their machines cut down more trees and destroy barns and sheds. They haul furniture from the house, sofas and chairs, their velvet upholstery stained, faded, and torn. Stuffing hangs out of the holes, and she sees a bed missing a leg, and a bureau without drawers, a large broken mirror, fancy tables with cracked marble tops. So they're definitely taking stuff out of the house. So I guess they didn't bulldoze the house down. Did she once sit on that sofa, curl up on those chairs, sleep in that bed, look at herself in that mirror? Now everything is ruined. If it's of no use to her or anyone else. The men pile up the broken furniture and set it on fire. The smoke drifts up to her window and stings her eyes. She feels as if she's watching her life turn into ashes along with the sofa and the chairs. The men don't stop with the furniture. They burn tree stumps, carts, wagons, fences, and stacks of boards. The fire smolders for days. After dark, the embers glow and the night wind teases flickers of flames from charred wood, and the smell of smoke poisons the air. When nothing's left to burn, the men turn the fields to mud and plow roads through them. On the flat land below her window, they dig deep, square holes. Their nightmare machines destroy everything in their way, and her world is disappeared before her eyes. Okay, so it sounds like they've cleared everything around this house. Then comes quiet time. Machines still shake the ground, but they're down on the flat land now, hard at work building houses. Okay, they're putting up a subdivision. The girl's home is empty now, peaceful. She spends most of her time at the window watching and listening, enjoying the summer breeze and the smell of honeysuckle. She keeps her eyes focused on the distant mountains, blue and serene against the sky. She doesn't look at the fields and meadows destroyed by the machines. One afternoon, she dreams of a picnic by a stream. She's sitting under the stream with a man and a woman. She had this dream many, many times before, but it always ends before she's ready. She wakes up reaching for the man and the woman, but it's too late. They're gone, and she's alone in the locked room. Okay, next chapter is called Jules, Jules. Not sure. It looks like it's a person's name, so not sure. I'm not going to read chapter 3 because I'm thinking, well, maybe it's a little kid. Maybe this girl's a ghost and Jules is a little boy ghost, or it might be a little girl ghost. So it looks like there's a subdivision going on and she's still in the locked room, and they did not tear down the house that she's in, but they did take the furniture out. So are they going to renovate this house? Is she really in there, or is she a ghost? And what's up with the mom and the dad and the paintings? Did they take the paintings out of the house, or are they still in the house? I'm very curious. I really want to read this book. And I'm going to have this in our KFC section. It'll have a little KFC sticker on the spine. And then if you're interested in this book, you may check it out. It looks like it's going to be a super cool spooky book.